All right, welcome to this week's episode of Those Two Guys Talk Disney. I'm Justin Vaughn, joined again by Jay Gibson.
What up?
I know I don't always say our last names. Sometimes I forget to even say our names. All right, welcome back for the second time this week. This will be a special week. I mean, we're not going to do 2 episodes in a week all the time, but, you know, we're kind of behind a little bit. So again, like I covered in the last one, we're cutting out Lion King 2 for now. Just because there's some personal stuff going on and we're trying this new setup, so but this episode is actually going to be The Lion Guard, because we actually haven't covered a show yet. Well, since Percy Jackson, which if you want to hear us talk about the Percy Jackson series, the TV series, go back on Spotify and you can find it there. I can't get it back over on YouTube. I don't know why. I just can't. The synopsis for this is Disney's 1994 classic The Lion King is one of the most beloved animated films in the company's storied history. This follow-up series introduces Simba's son, fun-loving Kion, who is happy that his sister Kira is destined to rule the Pride Lands. He soon discovers that as the second born, he has his own destiny to lead the Lion Guard, a team that protects the Pride Lands and defends the Circle of Life. As the leader, Kion receives the roar of the Elders, a power that makes him the fiercest creature in the land. But he can't do it alone, so he assembles a team of animals who are brave, strong, and fast. His team includes Honey Badger, Bunga, Hippo,
Bestie.
Cheetah, Fully, and Egret Ono.
Yeah.
I gotta get back in. First episode date was January 15, 2016.
It's Sheila's birthday.
Bree's birthday too. Okay, so the first time I'd ever actually watched this was when Abel was little, because it was new on Disney Junior. So I put it on for him, and he fell in love with this show. And he watched every episode when it came out, and then he kind of outgrew it. But then I started watching it again with Caleb, who is my youngest son, and he kind of really liked watching it. So I ended up watching all 3 seasons that it has, and I realized, oh, this actually gets really good. I mean, for what it is a Disney Junior show, but it doesn't focus on Disney Junior. It does at first, it is very young, but it doesn't stay really young. It gets into darker topics later on, which is really cool. I don't know how far you got into it, because I know you said you had a little bit to finish watching.
Yeah, I forgot. I think I'm on the second season now, I think.
I was trying to find the cast. Max Charles voices Kion, singing voiced by Aaron Daniel Jacob in season 3, except for Battle of the Pride Lands. Bunga is voiced by Joshua Rush. Fully is voiced by Diamond White. Bestie is Dustin Brown. Ono is voiced by Atticus Schaefer. And Anga is voiced by Brianna Salas.
Yeah, I'm in the second season.
Simba voiced by Rob Lowe, which I did not know. Reading this here, it's Bunga and the King. Lowe replaces Matthew Broderick, who voices Simba in the original film and sequel. Nala is voiced by Gabrielle Union. So they got some decent cast for some of these old other ones, but they replaced everybody. except for the guy that voices Pumbaa. He's voiced by the same guy that's always done it. He's the only one I'm seeing so far that wasn't replaced. Oh, and Mufasa is voiced by James Earl Jones. And of course, I mean, you're not gonna. And Gary Anthony Williams for the rest of the series. Trying to think here. No. Why did they replace him then? I don't know. His voice is actually the one that opens ends the credits of the opening series, where it goes, "The Lion Guard." Oh yeah, it's him.
Who is it?
James Earl Jones.
Oh, yeah.
You not paying attention to me at all?
Sorry, I was reading something. My bad. My bad. I was reading.
Alright, let's get into
Mufasa, voiced by James Earl Jones.
the pilot. Alright, first, the pilot is first released November 22nd, 2015. Let's get into this, if it'll actually load. What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really cool that they still had, like, James Earl Jones, like, doing the voice of the spirit scar that talks to Kion.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
The pilot episode is called The Lion Guard Return of the Roar. Directed by Howie Parkins. Written by Ford Riley. Kion, the second-born cub of Simba and Nala, discovered that he can channel the roars of the great lions of the past, giving him fierce power, just like his great-uncle Scar, who had the same power before him, but who misused it for evil, and thus lost it forever. At the instructions of Simba and Rafiki, Kion forms a team called the Lion Guard. The team is constructed of the fiercest, strongest, bravest, fastest, and keenest of sight. Kion is the fiercest as well as the leader, as Kion goes against tradition and chooses his non-lion friends Bunga, the honey badger, for the bravest, Ono, the Ingrid, keenest of sight.
I don't even know where you're reading that. I'm so lost.
Oh, if you go towards the episode thing, it's a list of episodes, and you just click on that. And
This is the Lion Guard episode?
yeah. Besti, the hippopotamus, the strongest,
It was first broadcast.
and
Titled
fully,
Lion Guard. Okay.
the cheetah, fastest to populate it. Simba feels that Kion is not taking his new responsibilities seriously and scolds him. When the guards save Kion's sister Kiara from the herd of stampeding gazelle and defeats a hyena clan
I still have no idea what you're reading.
led by
I'm
Janja,
so gone.
Simba realizes that Kion has protected the Pride Lands and is indeed ready to lead his new Lion Guard. Songs: A Beautiful Day, sung by the Lion Guard chorus. Zakuzama, sung by Bunga.
Zukazama.
I'm sorry.
Zukazama.
Tonight We Strike, sung by Janja, whoever in the hyenas, and Kion's Lament, sung by Kion. Look. The list of Lion Guard episodes. Sorry, you guys, you're actually seeing my Wikipedia page.
I found that's how I knew about Zukazama. Zukazama.
Then Season 1. Episode 1. Title: Never Judge a Hyena by its Spots.
When Kion winds up in the Outlands after falling in a river, he meets Jazuri, a friendly hyena who guides him to a flat rock ridge to regroup with the rest of the Lion Guard. He explains how she and her clan respect the Circle of Life. When Jazari gets concerned by Jandra and his clan, Kion helps her fight them off. Meanwhile, the rest of the guard struggle to find directions to Flat Ridge Rock. Song We're the Same, Sisi Nisawa, sung by Kion and Jazari. Sisi Nisawa.
See, I kind of like this show because it does teach kids, like, you know, you can be different and be friends.
I don't remember that being season 1, episode 1, though.
I don't either, but it says it is.
Although, when you watch it on Disney Plus, it does go out of order. Because if you listen to the Pod Meets World podcast, they talk about how some of their episodes are out of order on there.
Yeah.
You watch it on there. Normally they were released.
Episode 2, The Rise of Maku. When Maku wins a Mashidano duel against
Mashidano.
Payu and becomes the leader of the local crocodile float and invades Hippo territory, chaos ensues for the Pride Lands. Kion is torn between fighting and surrendering and struggles to find a middle path to stand his ground to resolve the situation. Meanwhile, Ono tries to find a way to free Bunga from his stinky smell.
Mashidano.
Song Don't Make Me Stink, sung by Ono, Timon, Pumbaa, and Bunga.
That's funny. So 3, Bunga the Wise. Due to a misunderstanding with Rafiki about the wisdom of honey badgers, following Bunga, averting a flood, the animals of the Pride Lands begin to think that Bunga is the wisest animal there is. But when his advice begins to cause more harm than good, Kion and the others must find some way to stop Bunga before it is too late. Song, Bunga the Wise, sung by Timon, Pumbaa, and Bunga. And Make Way for Bunga the Wise, sung by Timon, Pumbaa, Thurston, Shingo, Mabuni, and other Pridelanders. Why do some of these animals have some really hard names to pronounce?
I don't know. Number 4, Can't Wait to Be Can't Wait to Be Queen.
You almost said king.
I know. Simba leaves Kiara in charge of the Pride Lands while he, Nala, and Zazu go to Kilo Valley to attend a funeral for an old elephant friend named Amanofu, who has just died. Upon learning this from
Says what his name, Mazingo?
yeah, I'm assuming. Janja decides to take advantage of Kiara's inexperience and comes up with a plan to take over the Pride Lands. Meanwhile, Simba is nervous about performing his eulogy in front of the elephants, including Amafu's daughter, Matimbo.
Yep.
Song Duties of the King, sung by Simba and Zazu.
At least her name's a little bit harder to say, Matimbo.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit of a reprieve there.
Episode 5, Eye of the Beholder. While helping the Lion King guard drive away Janja clan following their attempt to attack on the wildebeest herd, Ono temporarily loses his vision in his left eye when he gets dirt in it. Janja overhears the news from Mazingo and the vultures. He plans to take advantage of this by trapping the lion guard between 2 rock slides in a narrow ravine. While Cheesy and Chungus, around it. Meanwhile, Rafiki tries to work on his paintings of the lion guard. Song Out of the Way, sung by John Doe, Cheesy, and Chungu.
We are kind of running through these a little fast. But you can kind of see how this is all going to go. They're going to kind of go through like different little stuff for all the different characters because they're really trying to introduce the characters to you. Get you to fall in love with the characters, what they're doing.
Well, of course, every day there's another danger that the lion guard has to protect Badlands from.
Yes.
And a lot of times it does have to do with Janja and the hyena clan.
A lot of the times, or crocodiles, or the vultures, or...
Well, the crocodile basically was only that one time, and then the new crocodile there finally did start following in line with the Circle of Life.
Sorry, my eye itches. Number 6 is the Kupatana celebration. During the celebrated holiday of Kupatana in the Pride Lands, Kion and his friends rescue a jackal pup named Dogo from Junga's clan, but they soon discover that he is in a whole family of jackals, and the matriarch, Rairi, and her husband, Golugo, managed to fool the Lion Guard into letting them stay. Songs: Kupatana Community, sung by Tigua the Giraffe, Mubun.
Mooney the Ostrich.
I'm not gonna read all that.
Yeah,
And Jackal Style, sang by the Jackal.
Rory. Foolie's New Family, Episode 7. The guard feels as though Foolie has no family and invites her to join their activities, oblivious to the fact that she enjoys being alone. Meanwhile, Bunga lets Community go to his head after being told that he's immune to Ushari's the Cobra's venom and goes to the Outlands to play in the volcano, where he is targeted by Janja and his clan.
The song My Own Way, sung by Foolie.
The Search for Tamu, Season 8. Or Episode 8, not Season 8.
Bunga, Kion, Ono, and Bestie search for
Tamu grubs.
On the way, Bunga tells the story of how he met Timon and Pumbaa. Meanwhile, Foolie goes on a mission alone to stop the Oryxes fighting to save the ducks' flock's eggs from being trampled, and overexerts herself, leaving her vulnerable to an attack by Mazingo's flock of vultures.
Utamu!
Sung by Bunga, Timon, and Pumbaa. And All Hail the Vultures, sung by Mazingo and the Vultures.
I can't remember how the rest of it goes. Utamu! Something about how good the grubs are. I can't remember exactly how the song goes, but it's kind of a catchy song when you listen to it.
Follow That Hippo, Episode 9. While the Lion Guard practice their training skills, a young elephant named Matoto idolizes Bestie. Soon, Toto sees Bestie in action when both of them are attacked by Janja, Chizzy, and Chunga, and later crocodiles. Song Hero Inside, sung by Bestie.
Episode 10, The Call of Drogo. The Lion Guard gets confused when Jandra, Maku, and Grigoi try to scare the other animals instead of food until they discover the real culprit, Tama, the Drogo bird, who uses his talent to imitate the voices of any animal to gain food from others, which annoys the Lion Guard for false alarms. Tama promises not to use his voices for his benefit again, but soon finds himself forced by Jandra's clan to help them trap a herd of impalas in the Outlands. Song, Bird of Thousand Voices, sung by Tama.
Painting and predictions. During a rainstorm, Bunga thinks that Rafiki's paintings can predict the future after watching a painting of some zebras run toward a rock formation, narrowly missing the top rock as they run towards it, and believe that Kion will fall from a high tree. Soon he and the rest of the Lion Guard try to keep Kion from climbing trees. Meanwhile, Chunga, Chizzy, and Chungu plan an attack on Thurston's zebra herd. Song Panic and Run, sung by Junga, Chizzy, and Chunga.
Panic and Run! Panic and Run! Mom makes fun of it all the time. Because I was there watching one day, she seen that one of the parts where the zebras do that. So like days after that, Mom was sitting there, she's like, panic and run! Just panic and run! I'm like, get out of here.
I don't know if you really want to read through every single one of these.
I'm going to skip to episode 13, Bunga and the King. When Simba and Bunga get trapped in a large sinkhole, the Lion Guard struggles to find a way to rescue them, so that the royal family can go to Ma Timbo's elephant concert. While in the hole, Simba and Bunga find a tunnel that leads to Nandimbo Caverns, and the Lion Guard head to the cavern entrance along with Timon and Pumbaa in hopes of meeting them inside. Meanwhile, Simba and Bunga realize that being raised by Timon and Pumbaa is something they have in common. Song Hakuna Matata, sung by Simba, Kion. Apparently Nala, Kira, Timon, Pumbaa, and the Lion Guard. Really all get in on it. I really do like that episode because of that. Like, him and Simba get trapped down there, and they get talking. Of course, your Bunga don't ever shut up. But they get talking, and they finally realize, hey, we both were raised by Timon and Pumbaa. And they get talking about their, how they each met Tony or whatever. And the next thing you know, they're both singing that song. And Bunga's like, that means we're kind of like brothers. And then when they finally get out, he's like, yeah, I'm his brother. That's right. You see Honey Badger riding on the king. There's a lot. There's some more. I'm not reading through all those because
I'm going to skip down to 17 just because it's kind of cool.
26 of them in that one season.
Junga's new crew. After a failed attack on a wildebeest herd, Junga kicks Jesse and Chunga out of the Outlands and promotes Nin and Tano to be his seconds in command, while the Lion Guard makes sure that the Pridelands trails are safe after a big rainstorm. They find Chizzy and Chungu and reluctantly let them stay. Meanwhile, Ni and Tano plan an attack on an Oryx herd and ditch Junga. Song, Chunga's Lament.
Baboon!
I still like the name Baboon.
Fuli does not like baboons at all.
So it's actually, I'm going to skip to 20. Lions of the Outlands. Jessuri asks for Kion's help in dealing with a pride of lions who are keeping her family away from their watering hole, including her sister Mayodala and 2 cubs named Tuni and Lima. When he goes to help them out, he encounters Kovu, Naka, Vitani, and Outsider Lions, and their leader, Zara, who tries to get Kion to join their side by stating that she knows more about the roar of the elders than he does, such as its ability to bring a brief rainstorm by roaring at a cloud. Zari eventually reveals to Kion that she knew Scar. When Kion refuses to join Zari, she and her lioness trap him. Meanwhile, the rest of the guard head to the Outlands to rescue Kion after Rafiki informs them of who the Outsider Lions are. Lions Overall is the song sung by Zura and Kion. And then the next one, Never Roar Again.
Kion uses the roar of the elders in anger when Jonda's clan attack. Now, as a result, Kion loses control of the roar and his power almost harms her. Worried that he nearly hurt his mother, Kion feels that he should never use the roar again. Meanwhile, Ono feels self-conscious after the roar blows off his head feathers. Overhearing Kion's plan to never use the roar again, Maku and his flock of crocodiles take advantage of the opportunity and take over the floodplains. While convincing from Mufasa and Nala, Kion gains the confidence to use the roar when he confronts Maku. The song Stand Up, Stand Out, sung by Bunga, Bessie, and Fuli.
See, that's the kind of stuff I actually really like.
The next episode after that, The Lost Gorillas, that was kind of a fun episode.
Yeah.
The 2 gorillas. It was a fun episode.
You kind of still see where this is going. Like, these episodes really don't change. It literally just kind of keeps going that way.
I really like, though, that the show introduces Simba's son, because we don't ever talk about him in The Lion King 2.
I know.
It introduces the daughter, Kiara, but they never mention that he actually has another kid. So I think it's really cool that the show actually introduces his other kid. It kind of follows, Kion's childhood, more than actually just following Kiara, you know what I'm saying? I think that's really cool.
I'm going to skip to season 3 here. We're about halfway through here. Battle for the Pridelands. Kion and the Lion Guard have grown into teenagers and continue to defend the Pridelands from Scar and his army. Simba suggests that they take the battle with Scar into the Outlands to defeat his army once and for all. Meanwhile, Junga finds himself and his clan starting to consider joining Jasari's clan. That night, the Lion Guard gathers all of their allies, and Junga's clan is sent to distract them. Unbeknownst to Junga, however, Scar has Mazino's flock, Ruri's pack, and Kibruri's float set fire to Pride Rock to take out his clan, as well as the royal family and the Lion Guard. Realizing Scar has betrayed them, Junga asks for Jasari's help, while the Lion Guard escapes through an underwater tunnel, along with Chezi, Chunga, Nin, Tano, and the other hyenas. Junga tells Kion of the supposed way to vanquish Scar by using the roar at full power inside the Outlands volcano. Unbeknownst to Junga's clan and the others, this is part of Scar's plan to trick Kion into causing the volcano to erupt, destroying the Pride Lands. Scar then tells Jasari the story of how he got his scar from a strange lion and Cobra, and was teased by Mufasa, leading to his downfall. The next morning, the Pride Landers and the hyenas charge into battle with Scar's army, allowing the Lion Guard to get to the top of the volcano. Once they reach the pit, Jasari bites Kion on the face, giving him a scar as well. Kion refuses to use violence, instead summons the great lions of the past to vanquish Scar. Jasari tries to attack Kion again, but is knocked into the lava pit by Bunga and is killed. Ono suffers eye damage from the ash fumes while rescuing Bunga. With Scar gone, Janja determines that Jasari should assume control of the Outlands, and she accepts. Back at Pride Rock, Rafiki instructs Kion to eat Tulaza blossoms to help soothe the venom in his scar, and deduces that Kion and Ono's injuries can be healed by the Tree of Life, a faraway place where sick animals go to get better. Rafiki tells the Lion Guard that it can be found by following the paintings on the Moja Koa Moja stones. Due to Ono's eye damage, Kion names Anga as the keenest of sight and renames Ono as the smartest member. The Lion Guard then sets off on a journey to the Tree of Life when Makini shows them, with Makini joining them, which is Rafiki's little niece or whatever she is.
Some people defend, some by the Lion Guard. Cool, a new way to go. Some by Junga and Jasari. The last night sung by Kion, Bunga, Fuli, Ono. The best eat when I lead the guard, sung by Scar. Yeah, I can't wait to get to those episodes to see all that. Cause I guess I ain't quite that far yet. But, man.
I mean, we don't have to cover these ones if you don't want, and we can always cover them again after we recover.
Sounds really good.
Chew. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to hit that first one.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I can't wait to get to an episode. Like, for this being a Disney Junior show, it is really awesome. Like, I really enjoy it.
I know it's actually the sad part, man. It is a Disney Junior show. It is not actually meant for adults.
Yeah,
but it's really good.
It is really good. And it doesn't. To me, it doesn't play out as such a young viewer show. Like,
no.
To me, it plays more like a pre-teen, younger child type show, not a toddler show.
I know it doesn't. I think if they would have just put this on regular Disney, it'd been fine.
Oh yeah, I think it still would have been just good.
Because you see it like just what I just read. It gets darker.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprising for a Disney Junior show.
Yeah.
Like that's not something they generally do on Disney Junior shows. A lot of the times Disney Junior shows are meant to be kind of light. They may have a little bit of a downer episode.
Like a little happy-go-lucky, little like Bluey and something like that, just.
Which again, even Bluey has a couple episodes that are kind of down episodes.
Yeah, but even Bluey's got a huge adult following too.
Yeah. But this show 100% doesn't have to be a Disney Junior show. It could actually just be on regular Disney Channel and be fine. And I guarantee you'd still pull a decent audience in it because it's actually really good. The problem is a lot of people just don't realize how good it is. And so they don't take the time to actually figure that out.
Well, it's because they're like, oh, it's a Disney Junior show. I'm not going to sit here and actually watch that, you know?
Well, yeah, everybody's like, oh, this ain't meant for me. Why would I want to watch it?
Then you got little ones around, and you don't watch with them, and then you actually see it for yourself. You're like, whoa, okay, wait.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, this is actually really good.
This is kind of interesting.
And that makes a difference.
Yeah.
That's why when I suggested it, you're like, well, I've never seen it. I'll watch it. And you start watching it.
I've seen some of it, but
it's actually pretty good for being a Disney Junior show.
Yeah.
And you haven't even got to the third season yet because you're like, well, I don't understand where Kion comes in. And I was like, oh, well, it's covered in the Lion Guard. What are you doing, dude? You're shaking the whole monitor. So you're shaking our cameras.
Sorry. Just clean some of the dust out back here.
But yeah, you needed Lion Guard to show. So you understood where he comes in at.
Well, yeah, it kind of fills in some spaces for you on some things. And
like, it doesn't make sense that it came out after Lion King 2. Because then you're like, when did he have a son?
Well, yeah.
Because that was your whole thing, too. Is like, when did he have a son?
And this also gives you kind of more of a backstory on why Scar was the way he was, and why him and Simba didn't see eye to eye, why they weren't really...
Or why he attacked Mufasa, and...
Well, that's what I meant, why him and Mufasa didn't see eye to eye, not Simba.
But yeah, it kind of explains a lot of it, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Like, you don't realize just how bad a guy Scar really is until you watch this, and you actually get a more deeper backstory on him.
I know, then you're like, man, he really is bad.
Yeah, and you're like, well, he really has quite a few kills under his belt that you don't know about.
Yeah.
A lot more murders under his belt you don't know about.
And I do like how they are the Lion Guard. But Kion does not follow tradition. He does not get lions.
Yeah, all the other Lion Guards has all lions.
And he doesn't get lions. He gets
and Kion said, you told
his
me,
friends.
You told me I needed the keenest of sight, the bravest of the brave, the fastest. And that's the strongest. That's what I got. You got the strongest and the probably and the fastest and the probably and the keenest of sight, the bravest. And Bunga is just crazy. Like, he don't even care about that.
Bravest. I mean, that's what it all comes down to. I mean, he's not wrong. His Lion Guard is actually really good.
Yeah.
And they go above and beyond for everybody.
And then after Simba spends the day with him and charge him for that one day, then he comes to realize just how right Kion was about him. The day that Kion and Kiara go with their mom to find whatever it was called. And basically it was just a walk to get them to learn to work together. That's all it was, but...
Well, I mean, you see in a few episodes, too, like, his sister really holds it over his head that she's going to be queen, and he's not going to be king. I get it, though. They are siblings. Siblings are going to do that. So I don't actually have an issue with it.
And it makes sense, though. She was the firstborn, therefore, she technically is the heir to the throne. First in line to the throne.
However, it generally follows the male line, not the female line.
Oh, I know. But just any world thing, the firstborn is usually the one heir to the throne.
Yes. So we'll stop this here, but we don't know exactly what we're going to cover next week. Give us a little bit to figure it out. I'm not saying like 2 or 3 weeks, but just a few days at least to figure it out. Me and Jay are usually pretty good about like actually communicating with each other and like, hey, what do you think of this? Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. So we may not have like this huge schedule planned out, but we do try to plan out at least the next month. That way we have time to watch everything and kind of go on from there.
We try.
So come back, check next week. I know this week you got 2 episodes. That was to make up for us missing 2 weeks. Like I said, personal issues and getting our new setup. And I know this probably isn't 100% yet. However, we are working on it. We are getting better. And we're learning more about this. And I'm still learning this system. I actually have this installed on a desktop computer now. And it's, got Linux on it. I don't really know that much about Linux. I just knew it was free. And I didn't want to pay for Windows.
Well, we kind of covered Linux. And
we did, but, like, this is...
It's been a while ago, though.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've... And I do mess with Linux here and there, but it's not generally all that much. And so, I gotta learn this. I gotta learn what this can do, what this can't do yet. So give me a second to actually learn it, and yeah, it'll get better, I promise you. And, well, I guess we'll see you guys next week.
Catch you on the flip side.
Let me move this over.